All right, February 15th, 9:22 p.m., 2024. Uh Today was just another exhausting day at work. Some interesting things that happened over the few days that I forgot to mention yesterday though. And that was is I've been having these strange dreams. Mainly like when I started the fast, I also decided to add sweets to that. And they have been like the dreams have been kind of related to that. So how it'll start, right? Is it'll always start with something that I was not doing during the fast, something like playing video games, and then like a friend or someone who I seem to know in the dream, is like, I mean, you already did this, so you could just do that, and then I justify it, and then I end up justifying it, and I was like, you know what, he's right. I'll just like indulge myself today and get back on it tomorrow. And the weird thing is that those dreams, like, they feel very real, like they're very vivid, and it's always like games and sweets specifically, right? But I ain't too mad about that because that just means that what I'm doing is working. Because if it wasn't working, the devil wouldn't be tempting me like that. And the only reason why he's doing that is because he's scared of what I have potential in. And I want to say to you today that if that's happening to you, don't fall for the temptations, because I call them I call them temptation dreams, and they're kind of like, like what you would imagine a wet dream as, but something something else you would be tempted by. It's like it doesn't just have to be stuff like not safe for work stuff. But yeah, it is kind of interesting the way things have happened. There's like I've been growing so much, people have been noticing it on the outside. I think the little thing that I did before I started my job is still kind of in people's minds though, because I feel like a lot of the girls there are kind of sketched out by me, even though I'm not really doing anything. But you know, I've also learned that a lot of people just, for some reason, are scared of people trying to be genuine or nice, which I understand. I understand a lot because people are so used to negativity in the world. When something positive happens, they always kind of suspect it, you know. And I don't want to go on about like how I'm a nice guy or anything. I'm simply just a human being who cares. It's like I like to think I care. It's like I'm capable of both sides, you know? I'm capable of the stuff on the light side, but also a little bit of the dark side too. I get angry, I get like annoyed and think dark thoughts sometimes, like just like everybody else does. But I try to be nice because not only was that how I raised, but I feel like that's part of who I am. I'm like, my genuine side is just being nice. I like seeing people smile. I like seeing people laugh and stuff. And generally, it really hurts when they suspect something of me. But I also can't really say I blame them because I've been in those situations too. And I'm still working on not being too trusting when it comes to that. I still haven't really found the balance. I also really haven't found the balance between studying and doing. I'm still studying more than I'm doing, which for what I'm trying to do needs to be the other way around, you know. And I need to give myself a lot more credit for what I actually know and realize that the parts I need to practice now are the muscle memory parts, the actual like doing things. Like that's what it takes to actually learn something new. Because and I know that I'm one of those people who is hands-on. I have to do it to learn it, to stick it to memory. I even tell people that, but for some reason when it comes to the things that I actually want to learn, I'm still over researching. I'm still like, what other piece of information can I get rather than just doing it and letting it just sit for a while. But yeah, I definitely need to work on that. There's another girl at the shop I kind of want to talk to, but I haven't figured out this whole not being creepy, I guess, or I don't know. But all in all, it could be a learning experience, but maybe I should wait until my job isn't at risk if I do that. And yeah, I could just, you know, caught her looking at me a lot, which is kind of why I want to talk to her because I'm curious. But I also don't want it to happen like it did last time. Because if it happens again, I'd imagine I'd probably lose my job, probably my rights to enter that store as well, which sucks because that's the store that I can walk to, and my roommate would never let me live it down. Ever. Motherfucker would use that any chance he gets. Sorry for cursing. But, yeah. It's very important to know what the balance of information and action is. You know, it's okay to research because sometimes we need to know what we're doing, but we also need to make time to do it. And we need to accept that it's not going to be right away. It's probably going to suck at first, but that's just how it goes because even though your brain knows it, doesn't mean your hands do. Especially when it comes to a skill that you have to be hands on with, like drawing or even playing music. And it also involves training other parts of your body too. Like there's always side effects to skills that you learn, right? Like with drawing, there's like you find yourself seeing things that you never saw before and deconstructing things like just because you're curious or you're still learning. And some of those skills you just never stop learning. That's what makes them so great. That's what makes them so desirable is that they don't end. Really any skill is like that. You know? And in a way that is intimidating. It is. But there's also a sort of majesty about it. Because if it never ends, it means you can just have fun learning things over and over again, improving, feeling that sense of purpose over and over and over again. And I so desperately want that. And I want to say I'm patient enough, but like the not getting results that I want fast is making me antsy, I will admit. But I've learned to be patient despite that. If there's been a theme in my life, it's been patience. I will say that. But yeah, it's a lot of things I'm unsure about. I really want to figure them out, but it's definitely going to take some time, and I need to accept that. I was never willing to accept that before, but I realize now that there's probably no other way to do it. I I even realized that I've kind of made just show up to the task my mantra. You know, it was like I keep saying just show up to the task, and that kind of means like just show up to do it, even if it's like the bare minimum. It's like you got to start somewhere. You can't expect to be like doing something consistently like for a set amount of time just yet. We're just getting started and staying committed. Getting the habit down will allow you to reach that commitment that you so desperately want to. Which is why I've been trying to practice the patience part of it, because I am crawling up the walls with this because things aren't happening as fast as I want them to. But I know that everything takes time, and I just have to accept that. Even a relationship with God takes time. We live in time, so we have to follow its rules. We don't have to be slaves to it by any means, but we have to follow the rules of time to get anywhere as human beings. Because time is memory. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. God bless y'all.